Yo, what is up? It is go time, also known as the video where Conrad gets all 8 of his predictions right for the round of 16 in the Champions League. You guys remember when I shot this video back in December, this preview? And yes, I know that I didn't take the January transfer window into consideration because I was too eager to get this video out, or taking into consideration the current form of each team, which might have helped me, and that might have been the smart play ahead of these Champions League games. It happened in February or March. I mean, I can't believe that I did it 2 full months ahead of when they were going to actually play. What an idiot. But I'm not an idiot because I'm a prediction god, so I knew I was going to get all these right. You know what? Press play on this video. So here we go. Here are my predictions for the round of 16 of the Champions League, where I 100% guarantee, stamp that I'm going to pick all 8 of the winners, and we're going to start with Barcelona taking on Lyon. Okay, that is one handsome man, by the way. Secondly, rest in peace to my old backdrop. I miss those old days, but I feel like things have changed for the better in the last few months. But that's a conversation for another time, so let's just skip to the part where I pick Barcelona. So anyway, as for my prediction, my head says that Barca has way too much quality and experience to get beat by Lyon over 2 legs. Maybe in a one-off, I would consider giving Lyon a half-decent chance, but given that Messi got on a microphone like this one in front of all the fans at the Camp Nou before the season started. Do you remember this? And he stated out loud that the team's #1 goal this year was to win the Champions League. Then there's no way he's going to let them lose to the current 3rd best team in France. There's no way. Nailed it. But my heart says that Lyon might pull off the upset. Wait, what? No, leave that part out. I'm 1 for 1. And next up, let's go with Tottenham versus Borussia Dortmund. Oh, now we're talking 2 for 2 incoming. And on paper, I'm not sure who is currently considered better between these 2 sides this season, unless you're drunk on the marketing Kool-Aid that the Premier League and their TV outlets serve up and want you to suck down about them being the best league in the world, even though 0 Premier League clubs have won the Champions League trophy in 7 years. What? Hot take alert. That is a hot take alert, everybody. Watch out. Hot take alert. I don't know if you caught that the first time, but I was bringing the heat. So my prediction, well, my head is torn because there's room to make a sensible argument for why both of these teams could advance, which means I'm going to have to let my heart decide. And my heart, which is always thinking defense first, has been in awe of Dortmund's defensive prowess under Favre, because even though they are the highest scoring team in Germany this season, they also boast the 2nd best defense in the Bundesliga too. So yeah, I think you can sense where I'm going with this. So sorry, Spurs supporters. I like Dortmund to beat you because their season feels like it's shaping up to be a little bit more special than yours. No. This is rigged. Why would I say that? And why wouldn't I wait until the week before these matches to make my predictions? Then I would have known that Dortmund are on their current free fall. Scheiße! Wie geht's? Alles gut! Schwein und Hoovercraft! It's the only German I know. Sauerkraut! Anyway, let's keep this thing moving and on to the reigning champions Real Madrid, which, when I think about it, really think about it, winning 3 straight Champions League trophies is ridiculous. How did they do that? And I'm convinced that we won't ever see it happen again. Unfortunately, and I know I've said this for the last 2 seasons when talking about Madrid, but there's just no way that they can climb to the top of the mountain again, can they? I just don't believe it. 4 years in a row, especially without the measured managing of Zinedine Zidane and the goals, which always felt timely and important, of Cristiano Ronaldo. I just don't know. It's not happening. I was so on this. So now it's just a matter of whether I think Madrid will get past Ajax or not. And we need to take into consideration that Ajax is young and hungry and vibrant, and will probably only have these core young players together for this season because I assume most of them will be purchased over the summer, which means I think, dude, I absolutely killed this prediction. They're gonna have some urgency about them because this could be the last time that these players ever play together again wearing the Ajax shirts. And that type of collective team spirit is very powerful, which obviously Madrid has used to great effect over these last few seasons, but this doesn't feel like the same Madrid team. They're missing something or someone. Let's call it a consistent game-changing player. That's it. Let me say it like this. I think Ajax are going to win a few of the battles and maybe even win one of the 2 games,
but they won't win the overall war. So I got Madrid going through. Sorry, Madridistas. Did I just jinx you? Oops.
No, wait. This one counts for me, all right? It was 100% clear that I was going for Ajax and that they had all the necessary ingredients to beat Madrid. I said it here. I said it. So this one's counting for me because I was clearly trying to jinx Madrid and it worked. I am 2 for 3. So don't at me in the comments. I don't want to hear it. Don't want to hear it. 2 for 3.
And next up, let's talk a little Manchester United versus PSG. Like, for example, is new caretaker manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer the guy to solve the problems for the rest of the season? I remember him not being great when he was in charge of Cardiff.
Can I take that back about Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Is that allowed? Can I have takebacks? Are takebacks allowed? Can we? Don't answer that.
However, and if we're being extremely honest with ourselves this time, even if United somehow get their together, their schedule the second half of February and the first part of March is so brutal. They got PSG twice, Liverpool, Manchester City, Arsenal, Crystal Palace away from home, which is always a tough game. It's insane. While I assure you that PSG's schedule is cake in comparison, so I don't think United will be able to compete with a fresh Neymar, Mbappe, Cavani, the GOAT Gigi Buffon, and everyone else on this PSG squad over 2 legs, especially the part where I envision Mbappe running at Luke Shaw and Phil Jones and Chris Smalling with the biggest smile on his face because he's so much better than they are. And that's just one example where PSG have a big advantage over United, so I take back what I said about this being the hardest to predict. This is PSG all the way.
No, listen. PSG should have won. The right back for PSG. What kind of back pass is that? It's a weak-ass back pass, that's what it is. And then Gigi Buffon, who is definitely trying to get the one trophy he's never won before, he makes an uncharacteristic error, and then VAR comes in and rules a handball, which was the right rule and the right call, but it felt really harsh. And that's what led to Marcus Rashford and his penalty, which big brass balls to him, by the way, for stepping up and scoring that. But how was I supposed to know that the GOAT, Gigi Buffon, was going to spill a ball that he never spills like that? It's impossible to know that. Anyway, I'm 2 for 4. And now my lightning bolt's pissed too, because they had money on PSG.
And now let's move from one club in Manchester to another when City face Schalke. And do I need to say anything of consequence here? Everyone knows that City is going to walk all over this German club. Okay, and yes. No, I don't care if Lyon had City's number in the group stages, okay? And that they prove that City have some vulnerabilities. Schalke aren't good enough to exploit them.
This guy's on it.
They're not even good enough. Wait, they're not even good enough to exploit the bang average Bundesliga teams, which is evidenced by them being only 3 points above the relegation zone in the Bundesliga this season. Yes, they're that bad. So we're on the same page? Good. Yeah, I think we all agree that City's gonna win these 2 legs by 10 goals. I'm that confident.
Dude, I almost got this right. City didn't win by 10 goals, but they scored 10 goals. I crushed this prediction, by the way. 3 for 5. Let's go.
But I'm not as confident with regard to what's gonna happen between FC Porto and Roma.
Wait, stop. Note to self, we never can admit that we're not being confident. We can show no vulnerability when we're making our predictions. It's unacceptable.
So prediction time, my head says Porto because they're in better form and they look to all be on the same page about how they're gonna play, and then their players go out and execute the game plan at a high level, and I have a ton of respect for what they're doing and what they're about. Whereas with Roma, it feels like they're all over the place, which doesn't help when it feels like they have way too many players who have been inconsistent this season. However...
No, wait. No, however. Just leave it right there. There's no however here. No!
My heart says Roma. Roma, Roma. Because they're going to be the Italian Real Madrid, where they just show up when the European competitions start, and to hell with league form. Who gives a crap about that? So I'm going to let my emotion get the best of me on this one, because I have a soft spot for the club, and I'm going with Roma.
No, note to self, always listen to your head and not your heart. God, I'm 3 for 6 now. Fafagulo. It's the only Italian I know. I don't even know what it means.
Which brings us to another Italian team, but this time it's the Italian team. You know, the one that's favored to win Serie A again, and the Coppa Italia again. And now with the addition of Cristiano Ronaldo, the Champions League too, and it's Juventus. Unfortunately for Juve, they probably pulled one of the toughest second-place finishers in Atletico Madrid, if not the toughest, who in the last 5 seasons have been to 2 Champions League finals and just won the Europa League last season.
Yes. Go on.
Fortunately, though, for Juve, the man they lured away from Madrid to show off his abs in Turin on a regular basis has scored 22 goals against Atleti in all competitions in his career. So, like usual, I believe he will most likely prove to be the difference maker in this matchup because he lives for these games.
Yes. Go on, my friend. You're sounding super smart here. Continue.
However, I don't want to discount the influence and impact of his Juve teammates too, who are all going to have to step up and play well. Specifically, Wojciech Szczesny in goal, because even though I think he's a very solid goalkeeper, he's also known to make some mistakes. And as the knockout rounds progress, the margins between success and failure prove to be very, very small. So, barring anything calamitous from Szczesny in goal, I like Juve to do the business, but I wouldn't be surprised if Atleti pull it out too, with Jan Oblak making a ton of miraculous saves to earn the shock win. So consider this me picking both sides to win. Can I do that?
You can absolutely not do that.
Why can't I do that? It's my channel. I can do whatever.
you
Fine.
can't.
Fine. I'll go with Juve.
Yes! Get in! Thank you, sweet baby Jesus Cristiano Ronaldo. I'm 4 for 7.
And then finally, it's Liverpool versus Bayern Munich, which finds Super Bayern in a situation that they rarely find themselves in as the underdogs. Also, just so I'm crystal clear with you, I believe this matchup is going to be won or lost by Bayern's center backs and by Bayern's goalkeeper. So if Boateng, Hummels, Sula, Martinez, or whoever is starting as the 2 center backs are up for it and can perform at their potential, I think they'll be able to contain, for the most part, the relentlessness of Liverpool's attack. And then, as I mentioned before, if Manuel Neuer can reach the heights that he's hit before in his career by making big saves in big games, I can see Bayern winning this.
Manuel Neuer? Yeah, he didn't end up reaching those heights. Like, what is he doing on Sadio Mane's first goal for the second leg in Munich? He's in no man's land. Now, even though Rafinha, the right back, his positioning wasn't great, there wasn't really any serious threat on goal until Neuer what is he doing? He just comes way off of his line. It makes it so easy. It wasn't easy per se, but he made it easier. What happened to Neuer? He won the World Cup and it's been a steady decline since then. Anyway, I fear what I'm going to say next.
And deep down, I think Liverpool supporters, though they would be disappointed to be knocked out, would be at peace in some ways with Bayern beating them, because after talking with many, many Reds fans for my weekly Man on the Street stuff for beIN Sports, and though they admit that winning the Champions League would be amazing, and of course a great piece of silverware to add to the trophy cabinet, almost all of them said that they would prefer to win the league this season instead. Something that they haven't done since 1990, which is why I'm tipping Bayern to do it. I just feel like that Liverpool's focus is going to be elsewhere. So I'm calling the upset here.
And I am calling my therapist because the internal tears that I'm crying right now are real. And I need someone to talk to. I only got 4 out of 8 right. That is the worst return on any of my Champions League predictions in my whole entire career. So do you know what this means? It means I got nowhere else to go but up, baby. Though I guess that's not proper math because I could do worse. But I'm not going to do worse. This is the bottom floor. I'm not doing worse than 50%. Shh. I know it. No, don't even stop. Anyway, be on the lookout for my Champions League quarterfinals predictions on this very YouTube channel. And I promise that I'm getting all of them right. 4 for 4. It's gonna go down. I can feel it. Not in my heart because we can't trust that anymore. In my head. So I'll see you then. Later.